Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and it's a Monday. I know, but it's Valentine's Day. It's a beautiful day outside. If you haven't been out yet, make sure you go out and enjoy it. And we're kicking off a very busy week here at HCC. We've got our convocation later on in the week. We'll talk more about that later in the show. But we've got a great show lined up. It's Music Monday. We got some special guests joining us. And right now, my co-host is Dr. Tony Rayo Sutherland. Tony, I see you're a bit dressed up for Valentine's Day.
Well, of course. I mean, it's not pink. It's more like peach. But hey, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And I think it's neat that we've got both music and art, which is, close to my heart for Valentine's Day. So I like that.
Yeah, we've got a great show. It's Music Monday, as we mentioned. We've got a live performance coming your way. We'll also meet one of our studio art program students as well. But I want to remind everyone, thank you for watching us on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate you joining us. We're here just about every day that HCC is in session. We won't be here Friday. We'll talk more about that later. But we're here at 10 a.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. You can catch the rebroadcast of our show at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. for your viewing pleasure on HCCTV. And Tony, they can watch us anytime in social media.
Yes. Just go to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, any of the social media, but look for Houston Community College District, not just HCC. There's a whole bunch of those, but there's only one Houston Community College District. Look for that.
That's right. Okay, you're excited about this show. We're talking about the arts, and today we continue to celebrate Black History Month with two of our students here from HCC, one performing and one from the visual arts program, the latter of which we'll visit with real quickly. We're going to say good morning to Kristi Rangel. She's a studio arts student. Good morning, Kristi.
Hello. Good morning.
Good to have you with us. We're looking forward to learning about your journey here at HCC and a little bit about the program as well. So stick around, grab some coffee. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes. All right, we're going to kick things off with a musician. In fact, HCC's Music Entertainment Student Association, known as MESA. He is here today. He's our Music Monday guest. Say good morning to August Keys. Good to see you, August.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's good to be here.
Thanks for being on the show. So tell us a bit about MESA.
So the Music Entertainment Student Association has many chapters throughout the U.S., and their purpose is to give students who are in educational systems a chance to dive into the entertainment industry and get some hands-on experience in planning events, running events, networking with other people, and finding a home for artists of all kinds.
And how did you wind up at HCC? What brought you here?
So I was originally pursuing a music ed degree at U of H, and long story short, whenever Harvey happened, I had some financial troubles, and I also wanted to take a more business-oriented, modern approach to music. And a friend of mine recommended the audio program originally. He was like, hey, you should go learn to engineer over there. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll look into it. And then while I was talking with the advisor, I found out about a music business program where I could minor in audio, and I just fell in love with it from there. It's been a match made in heaven ever since.
It's a corny question. I'm not a big fan of it. Who's your musical influences? Let me ask you this, though. What type of music do you like the best? And if you could be someone musically, who would that be?
So I grew up singing gospel in the church, but I'm a huge fan of hip hop and R&B. I grew up in the era where Michael Jackson was starting to, just focus on his performing and let his catalog speak for itself. So he's a huge influence of mine. And then from the lyricism side, I love Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, because speaking of Black History Month, I think our journey as a people is something that both of them embody in their music. And I try to incorporate both in my own personal style.
Did you get a chance to catch out the halftime show last night?
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's all everybody talks about in social media today.
Yeah, it's buzzing right now. And I mean, they all did the thing. And Dre's always been a phenomenal producer, so I had no doubts.
One of the best memes I saw was referring to the fact that years ago during the Super Bowl, you had to sit around because they were trying to entertain old people with musicians like Tom Petty and the Rolling Stones. Then all of a sudden, millennials figured out, wait a second here, they're entertaining us now. Who are we?
Hey, I love that.
Let me ask you this. How does the industry, the music entertainment industry, compare today than in the past?
So something that I really like about the evolution of the industry is right now we're currently seeing a shift in dynamics of who's really controlling the money and the movement of the money in the industry. For a lot of the years, you could see the major record labels like Sony, Universal, Warner really kind of monopolizing the industry and almost gatekeeping it to a point where artists couldn't really strive unless they had that major label backing money. But once the pandemic hit and it shut down the industry for a little bit, there's different platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and of course, third-party aggregates that allow you to distribute music without a label like CD Baby, DistroKid, and it's given the power back to the artist. So what I really like about the industry today is how much power an independent artist especially can have in the industry and play on the same level playing field as the major labels.
Well, you look at an artist like The Weeknd, he's a prime example. He's
perfect example.
Yeah, I mean, putting out his own music. Now labels are clamoring for him and he's selling best-selling albums. And guess who's getting all the money? He is.
Yeah, I'm getting paid too.
Yeah, he is. So you're going to play a piece for us today. Why don't we get into that and tell us a little bit about it real quickly before you play it?
Yeah, definitely. I pride myself as a storyteller in my music. And today I wanted to bring something that could talk about Black History Month at its core and also still keep the love of Valentine's Day. So I'm going to be doing a two-part song. The first part is called Dreams, and it's about a literal dream that I had. And I tied that dream into what I expect as a Black man in America in terms of advancement. And then the second song is called Clouds in September. It's an open letter to my future daughter.
All right. And you've got a gentleman there in the background who we know. You want to introduce him real quickly?
Absolutely, because I cannot do a lot of the things I do as an artist without him. He is the current president of the Music Entertainment Student Association and succeeded me when I graduated. Phenomenal guitarist and a great representation for Houston Community College. This is Daniel Tohill on guitar.
All right, take it away, August.
All right, ready when you are, DT.
From every mountainside, let freedom ring, and if America is to be a great nation, this must become free. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire.
I don't want to wake up. Yeah, I was dreaming of a chapter where I reached happily ever after, sitting with my spoils from a war full of disasters. I had the pen still up in my hand, didn't have a sword to reach my promised land, and I'm a peasant, but that demeanor stays pleasant. I had humble beginnings, hoping one day I'd be president. Little homies watching me, I gotta set the precedence, and R.I.P. to Penny, your thoughts to me were so heaven sent. But the grind don't stop, the sun was rising on horizons as I climbed to the top, and all the vipers in the garden couldn't harness a spot to seep their venom in my melanin. I'm blessed by God, and I got felons I call brethren, so what are the odds that these born sinners will be winning in the presence of all? I am the champion, and yeah, my voice changed lives, man, I don't want to wake up. Let me just enjoy this vibe. I've got a lot to say, but I never know how to vocalize. I wish I could stay, but I have goals to make before I die. Hey, I don't wanna wake up, but I gotta wake up. Oh yeah, that's nice, DT. Man, I can't walk out of my home without the eyes all on my shoulder. I'm a black man with the book, so I stay stacked when I am sober. It's over. The heat was on my neck cause I'm a threat, sowing seeds between the lines like this needle pulling thread. Let me say it, I bet they wanted to kill me too. I strategize on different levels, game pulls me through, and I'm the diamond on the bezel and the rough of the crew. I've been pinned down by cops before, you think I'm scared around too? But I just want to teach all you through that Bose sound system, the kind of power words haven't tackled in the issue, forever enshrined into tablets of history. Fists leave more than just a black line in mystery. Allow me to pursue my happiness. You can shackle me in chains, but my spirit's free and blessed, and I get it. My pen's the sharpest weapon ever built, and this S will hold its words like a blade up on its hilt. Hold up, I've got a lot to say, but I never know how to vocalize. I wish I could stay, but but I have goals to make before I die. Hey, I don't wanna wake up, yeah, but I gotta wake up. I don't wanna wake up, but I gotta wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. This one's for September Rose Keys for when that day comes. Ooh, wake up. Wake up. Hey, baby girl, I know you're doing fine. I know we haven't met yet, but you're always on my mind, and I'm patiently waiting for your sun on the horizons. I feel so damn scared and my anxiety levels rising. I wanna do you right though. I'm gonna do you right, so your royal blood is present and your rain will shimmer nice and slow. Got your crown in hand with some oils and a tail comb to sow the seeds of knowledge in your roots and let the times flow. A blank little paper finally has its story, and to God be the glory. We can paint your history in tales with the flow of my pencil and your pen. I hope you know my love for you will never have an end, yeah. And when this little birdie stops singing his songs, I'm praying that my flower child finally blooms along, and the petals in the wind will make a song that really resonates. And that's enough reason to celebrate being your father. And baby girl, I'm so glad that you're my daughter. The sun will shine its light throughout your time. Hey, the stars will hold the secrets to your pride. Just wait for the clouds. You'll be my next love. The music came first. This song's my greatest chorus, but you'll be my greatest verse. I've never parented before. I wish I had a few rehearsals. And when the curtain calls, I know we both still have our circles. I'll come with jokes to make you laugh and keep it square. And you can try to sing with angels, I'ma meet you there. I'll teach you A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It only takes 7 letters for your crown to write its symphony. I wanna be the Kobe to your Gigi. I wanna be the hand you hold with training wheels until the groom can see me. And he better be respectful, I'ma tell you right now. It only takes just 7 hits for me to knock his tail out. And when it's time for you to radiate a few degrees hotter, I'll be at your final show screaming, that's my daughter. I hope I make you proud, and I hope you always remember. When it's all said and done, my greatest song was in September. Hey, and baby girl, I hope you remember. The sun will shine its light throughout your time. The stars will hold the secrets to your pride. Just wait for my skies to clear. The sun will shine its light throughout your time. The stars will hold the secrets to your pride. Just wait for our skies to clear. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
August Keys, thank you so much. That was awesome. Great stuff.
I appreciate y'all having us on the show and giving a chance to share the artistry. It really does mean a lot.
Well, it means a lot to have you on the show. DT, good to have you back on again. Thanks for being here. August with the student musician here at HCC and our HCC Music Monday guest. Good luck in MESA and great luck in your career. I know we're going to be hearing a lot more from you.
Thank you so much. Y'all stay blessed.
Thanks, August. All right, we're going to move on to Dr. Tony. Tony, that was some great stuff. It really was.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful.
I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to you because you've got, we're going from the performing and audio arts to the visual arts. Take it away.
Yes, and I love art of every type. We have with us Kristi Rangel, studio art student at HCC, and a beautiful artist that does some beautiful work that I've looked at that is just wonderful. Thank you, Kristi, for being on the show.
And thank you for having me here. I feel very blessed and grateful to be here today.
Well, your instructor, Jessica Kruder, told us about you, and we're so happy that she did because your story is just wonderful. Tell us about that. Tell us about who you are, how you got into, the art and all, and your passion, and why did you decide to go to HCC?
Certainly. So I think it's also very fitting that August and I are both examples of the art programs here at HCC. Unlike August, I am a seasoned career person. I am 20 plus years in public school. And for the last 6 years, I've been in city government. I am the City of Houston Health Department's public health, so education chief. And so I've been in that role for about 6 years, and I oversee the Office for Children and Family Resiliency. So with that being said, as a person who has a bachelor's and a master's, and a 20 plus year professional career, enrolling back into school can be something that is a little bit daunting. But for me, enrolling in HCC was a no-brainer. After Toni Morrison passed away, I was taking part in a book club, and Toni Morrison has always been one of the people that I tell people that, if someone says that you can't do something new, don't believe them. A lot of people don't know about Toni Morrison, that she didn't write her first book until she was in her 40s. And then she went on to become one of the greatest American writers, not Black woman or, just in all of our canon. And so I was in the book club. We were talking about Toni Morrison, and I kind of had a, pardon my French, a come to Jesus with myself about, myself is like, Kristi, you've told all these young people you can do whatever you want to do. And you've always known that you were a painter. I've always known that. But it was a thing where being a person of color, being young, my husband and I, we've been married now close to 30 years. And you're told by people, you have to go out and get a job. So I became a teacher, then a principal, and a district administrator, won awards in education. And when you're making a good career and you're making decent money, to say that you're now going to become a painter, it just never stacked up. So I decided that in homage to Toni Morrison, I was not only going to take up painting, because I had no canvases, I had no paint, I had nothing, but that I was also going to follow her example about scholarship, because not only was she an excellent writer, but she taught at Princeton. She was serious about her craft. So I enrolled in a class at HCC. It was a Painting 1 class. And when I enrolled, I was informed that, they like for you to pick a major. So I decided I was going to pick visual art, studio art. And my first teacher, Stephen Potter, it was my Painting 1 teacher. It was right before COVID. I enrolled in a class and COVID happened and we went virtual. And Professor Potter not only talked to me about my graded assignments, he talked to me about the other paintings that I was doing in addition to the grading assignments. Mm-hmm. And that was so important to me, especially in time of COVID, where I didn't have other people to encourage me. So many times it was me and my paints, and then I would talk to Mr. Potter about the assignment, and then he would talk to me about the other things. So for me, enrolling in HCC was a place where I knew that I could find community and people who would invest in me and people who would allow me as a returning person and a perceived professional, successful person to be able to do something different.
Well, I don't want the time to go by and not talk about the Witness series and all the beautiful work that you've done. So tell me a little bit about the Witness series. I know it's a 4-part series and about yours called 7. So tell us about that.
Yes. So one of the really awesome things that has happened for me is that I was named the Coalition Against Hate's 2021 Emerging Artist of the Year. And so the Coalition Against Hate is a sort of like lots of different organizations. It's ADL, so Interfaith Ministries, it's big and small nonprofits who are all committed to eliminating hate and bias. And so I was selected as their first Emerging Artist of the Year, and I created a series called 7. And so my artwork tends to center around Black women. It also has a focus around nature. And so the series 7 also has an Ndinkra symbol. You'll see it on each one of them. And these are African symbols that come from Ghana. And the one on 7 is a Siamese crocodile. You see, and what it means is that you see 2 heads and a tail, and you think that we're 2 separate people, but we're really interconnected. And so from this intersectionality of not only us as humans, but also our relationship with nature, is that we as humans are not separate from nature. We see the effects of that type of thinking now around climate change and some of the other issues that we are experiencing in terms of the environment. And so the Witness series is a part of my work and what I want to do as the Emerging Artist of the Year for the Coalition Against Hate. We are convening a series of 4 conversations in green spaces that are inside of historically African-American communities to really talk about not just African-Americans in general, but us in terms of our history, our connection to the land, and the fact that we are good stewards to the land, and that we should be a part of the conversation, not just around environmental justice, but also around conservation and also climate change. And so the first session took part at the Houston Botanical Gardens. It sold out. We had over 80 people there. And so the next session will be in Sunnyside. There is a small nonprofit that is BIPOC run and founded. It's called the Nature Heritage Society. And we will go on a 2.5 mile hike on the hill at the Sims. It is a space that has been created by the county, not just for flood mitigation, but it has fishing and hiking and all those other things. So we're going to come out and really have this organization lead us on this hike and talk about the place of people of color, not just because we are adversely impacted the most by these issues, but our place because we have a place here, not just, in terms of occupying space, but that we have to be good stewards to the land and that we are a part of Houston.
I really wish we had more time to talk to you, especially about your beautiful work. I love how you incorporate the birds and the butterflies and then your symbols. There's so much we could talk about. I could talk to you for 30 minutes on this, but I see the time and I know that Todd's saying, hey, we got to watch that time, So I just want to thank you so much for being on the show. We have got to get you back and talk more about your work.
Certainly. And if anyone wants to learn more about the Witness series, you can go to my artist website, and that's www.KrisRangel, that's KristiRangel.com. And there's a whole page dedicated to the Witness series. And after each series, we're going to put together resource pages and also connectors to organizations so that people, and especially people of color, have a safe space for them to come and engage and know that, they are adding to the narrative and also helping to further the impact of our collective voice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kristi Rangel, studio art student, and a whole lot more for HCC. We really appreciate you being on the show.
All right. Thanks, Tony and Kristi. If you're interested in Kristi's arts and the art program here at HCC, we'll have some links in our social media post after the show. Okay. We've got before we get to that, I got to say, she's like the perfect example of a lifelong learner. Somebody who's done very well professionally, but going back to learn to get doing something else and doing it for the community. That's it's just definitely need to note that. Let's move on to our news and announcements because we got a few things we want to mention. One of them coming up later on, we'll talk about the fact that we're not going to be here on Friday, and we'll explain why. But there's an auto tech fair going on. If you're interested in being an auto technician, you can make a lot of money doing that. Attention all automotive students, because HCC's Northeast Automotive Technology Hiring Event will be happening. They're going to have a job fair where you can meet potential employers, get a chance to go work for them. They're looking to hire our students. That's why they're here. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday, February the 23rd. That's coming up in a few weeks. We'll have a post information in our post after the show. And congrats to our first AI grads, Tony.
Yes, artificial intelligence. Our first cohort has graduated or is going to graduate in May. And we were the first community college in Texas to launch an AI Associate of Applied Science degree. So that's a big step forward.
Yep. Okay. We're about to wrap up the show. I want to mention a couple things. On Friday, we won't be here with Up to the Minute because we have our convocation that day. That will be live streamed. You can attend at 10 a.m. or at 2 p.m. And there will be a live stream of both events. It's happening from our Central College. If you want to register for the convocation, they're asking you to do so. You can register. We'll put a link in our social media post of where exactly you can go. But make sure you register and you can attend either in person or watch it online this coming Friday. And because of that, we won't have Up to the Minute that day. Okay, spring semesters are wrapping up, Tony, but if you want to register and get some credits before the end of spring, you need to do so now. One website they can go to.
hccs.edu/apply and register.
That's right. Okay, so there you go. All right, we're going to wrap up this show for today. Tomorrow on the show, Black History Month continues with another HCC leader. Rodney Nathan is joining us, the ABC of Talent Acquisition, Performance, Talent Engagement. Later in the week, we've got a few other special guests.
Dr. Donna Davis is going to be with us for the HCC's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion podcast. And she's going to have Dr. A. Bryant, who's been at HCC Northeast for 47 years. Can you believe that? Almost half a century.
Yeah, we know Abe pretty well around here.
Yes, we do.
All right. Okay, Tony, you'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. We're live 10 a.m. with Up to the Minute.